Dear students, today we are going to discuss about carry bypass adder. It is also called a carry skip adder. So we have discussed about the full adder circuit in the previous video class, and we have implemented it by using CMOS circuit. This is a truth table for the full adder, and here we have indicated the carry status. So full adder will add 3 bits and it will produce a sum and carry bit, and here the output carry status is indicated here, and in the two cases here you can see that here the carry input is 0 1 and here the carry output is 0 0. So the carry is deleted here. Here the carry was 1, now it is deleted, so this carry status is deleted. Here also carry was 0 initially, now there is no carry. Since there is no carry, so we can say that it is deleted carry. So carry status is delete, so C output equal to 0. And in the next two cases you can see that carry is 0 and 1 and carry input was 0 and 1, so the same carry is propagated at the output. So we can say that carry status is propagate. So that means what is the carry input, that will be the carry output. C O equal to Ci. Similarly, in this two case also carry output is 0 1 and carry input is also 0 1. That is whatever the carry input, it will be propagated to the output. So here also the equation is same, Co equal to Ci. In the last case, the carry output is 1 1. That means whatever the carry input, the carry is generated here. Okay. So we can either say here the carry was 0. Now the carry is 1. That is carry is generated. Previously it was not there. Now it is generated. So the carry generated. Here it is 1 and here again it is 1. That means carry is propagated. We can say that since carry is 1, we can say that it is either carry generate or propagate. That means whatever be the carry input, here the carry output is 1. Okay. So there are three carry status signals, that is carry delete signal, carry generate signal and carry propagate. Let us denote it as delete is denoted by D, generate is denoted by G, propagate is denoted by P. So how can we write the equation for this? G is equal to, what is the carry generate will be equal to, what is G generate? We can look at the input side. Whenever carry is generated, the input is A and B are 1 1. That means A into B. In both cases A and B are 1, so we can write G equal to AB. What is carry delete? In the case of delete, here is the delete case. So in that case input is A equal to 0 and B equal to 0. Here also A equal to 0 and B equal to 0. So the equation will be A bar into B bar. So the carry delete will be equal to A bar into B bar. And what is carry propagate? Carry propagation occurs whenever the input A equal to 0, B equal to 1, input A equal to 0, B equal to 1. So A bar B. That is not the case, and here again there is a case whenever carry propagation occurs, A equal to 1 and B equal to 0. That is A B bar. So altogether A bar B plus A B bar. So it is equal to A XOR B. So here we need three equations: carry generate equation G, carry propagate equation P and carry delete equation A bar B bar. Okay. So you should remember this equation. You can either by heart. Okay. Actually I have included this truth table in order to explaining this, and in the case of examination you have to write only the equations G equal to AB, P equal to X or B, D equal to A bar B bar. Okay. You can start from here. If you are asked with the carry bypass adder, you can start from this equation. Okay. So carry bypass adder is a modification of the carry ripple carry adder. So in the case of carry ripple adder, first carry is rippled from the first stage to second stage, and second stage carry is rippled from second stage to third stage. Like that it works. See, if we have a 4-bit addition, that means 4-bit input is there: A0, A1, A2, A3, B0, B1, B2, B3. Then the bits will be added in this order: A0 plus B0. So a carry will be generated. That carry is C0. And the next bit addition is A1 and B1. That is A1 plus B1. That is a sum. And sometimes if this bit has a carry, then that carry should be added with this A1 and B1. That is why I am indicating this arrow mark. Similarly, if this addition gives a carry, that carry is equal to C1. So that carry should be added to the next addition. Okay. So like the way it will proceeds like this. That means the first carry should be propagated to the second stage, second carry should be propagated to the third stage, third carry should be propagated to the fourth stage, and final carry is obtained here. So every stage needs, or every stage has to wait for the previous carry. Okay. So if we want to get the last stage, the last stage carry will be calculated only when it will obtain the carry from the previous stage, and it will calculate the carry only when it will get the carry from the previous stage. So every stage has to wait for the previous stage, so the delay will be very high. That means if there are large number of stages, then the last stage will have to wait for a long time. So we have to reduce this delay, then only we can proceed. So this is the problem with the ripple carry adder, and that problem is reduced in the case of carry bypass adder, that we will see. So here is the block diagram for the ripple carry adder. Actually it adds more than 2 bits, that is why we are representing it with the full adder, that is full adder first stage, full adder second stage, full adder third stage, full adder fourth stage. So 4 bits are we are adding. So first stage will receive A0, B0, this is input, and previous carry was, we are assuming that is C input of 0. That means it is 0 stage, this is first stage, second stage, third stage. So this is the input, that is Ci is the input, and 0 indicates the 0th stage. And so it will produce a sum S0, and carry of the 0th stage is C0 of 0. That is carry output. O means carry output of 0th stage. And next stage will have the input A1 and B1. And along with that A1 and B1, previous carry is added. Previous carry is this. So it is directly given to this stage full adder. Okay. So it will produce a sum. What is the sum? S1. And what is the carry? Carry output CO is this. First stage is CO1. So that carry will be propagated to next stage. The next stage will add A2 and B2. So A2 and B2 are given as the input, and it will produce an output S2. And the output is a CO of second stage, CO2. So that is forwarded to third stage, fourth stage. So it will have the input A3 and B3, and it will produce the sum S3, and output is C out of 3. So the final carry depends upon the propagation of previous carries. So it has to wait for a long time. So that is the problem with this ripple carry adder. So in the case of ripple carry adder, every adder stage depends on the previous carry. That is, carry bit ripples from one stage to other. So when the number of adder stages increases, the last stage of the adder has to wait long for getting the carry from previous addition. For some input signals, the carry has to ripple all the way from LSB to MSB. In that case, the delay is maximum, which is called the worst case delay. That means, so if we have to produce a final carry stage, it has to wait long for getting the carry from previous stages, and that delay is called a worst case latency. So this delay is proportional to the number of bits in the input. So if the number of bits increases, number of stages also increasing, so the number of carry propagation stages is also increasing, so that worst case latency is increasing. So we can directly write the delay time for the adder, ripple carry adder, T adder equal to n minus 1 into T carry plus T sum. Actually this T sum is the time taken to generate the sum. That means this sum is produced by adding A0 and B0. There will be some time for generating that sum. So that time is T sum, and this T carry is the time taken to generate the carry. Actually the time taken for generating the first carry is the delay associated with this. For the second stage there is another delay, for the third stage another delay. So there will be how many number of stages will be there, that much of delay will be there for the generation of the carry. Okay, so the complete delay for generating the adder will depends upon the time delay for producing n minus 1 carries and the time delay for producing sum. So the total time delay for the adder is equal to n minus 1 into T carry plus T sum. Actually if there are n number of bits, then there will be n minus 1 number of carry generations. So it will have n minus 1 number of delay for carry. So that is why we are including n minus 1 here. Okay, so this is the adder delay. Okay, so this adder delay will be higher. So in order to reduce this, we have to use any other methods. So for reducing this T carry, we are making modification to the ripple carry adder. Usually in the case of the adder, GPD of the carry status signals are given by this. So this is a P. Actually this P indicates a propagation of the carry. Okay, and we have to include this propagation of carry, or that is actually the delay of the carry. So we have to make some conditions by using this P. Suppose P0, P1, P2, P3. That is P0 is the propagation of the carry through the first stage, and P1 is the propagation of the carry in the second stage, P2 is the propagation of the carry in the third stage, and P4 is the propagation of the carry in the fourth stage. So if we have some formula like P0 into P1 into P2 into P3 equal to 1, then C output of third stage will be equal to C input of 0th stage. So we are making a relation that if P0, if we are calculating P0, what is the equation for P0? A0 XOR B0. P1 is A1 XOR B1, P2 is A2 XOR B2, P3 is A3 XOR B3. If you are making a formula like P0 into P1 into P2 into P3 is equal to 1, we can conclude that this output carry will be directly equal to the input carry. So C03 will be equal to Ci of 0. Okay. So that is the relation. So in that case, whenever this condition is satisfied, we can directly write output carry will be equal to input carry. The only condition for making such a conclusion is that this is the condition. Okay, that is propagation. The product of the propagation through all the stages is equal to 1. So for that we have to calculate these propagations. So some circuitry is needed for calculating these propagations. And propagation equation is this one. That means we need 4 XOR gates, and we have to multiply the outputs of these XOR gates, and we have to compare whether it is equal to 1 or not. If it is equal to 1, we can directly write output carry equal to input carry. If it is not equal to 1, what we have to do? We have to proceed in the previous case. That means we have to wait for the previous carry. That means carry may be either generated or deleted. Okay, so we have to proceed in the normal route. So we have to redesign the ripple carry circuit by using this equation. Okay, let us see how can we redesign it. Okay, so what is the condition? Whenever the P0 into P1 into P2 into P3 is equal to 1, then the output carry equal to 1. So we are selecting the output carry equal to input carry whenever that condition is satisfied. For selecting purpose, we are including a multiplexer. You know that whenever the multiplexer selection signal is equal to 1, we can choose one input signal. If the selection signal is equal to 0, we can choose the other input signal. You know the working of multiplexer. Okay, here we are putting the selection signal as this propagation signal, which is equal to P0 into P1 into P2 into P3. If it is equal to 1, we will choose which path? We will choose this path. Okay, Ci of 0. If it is 1, we can write Co of 3 equal to Ci of 0. If it is not equal to 0, we have to choose this path. That means we have to wait for previous carries. Okay, so like the way, actually it reduces the delay whenever all this condition is satisfied, and that much delay is reduced. Either we have to proceed in the same manner, so that delay will be there. Okay, so carry bypass adder actually bypasses this carry. That means this carry is not encountered, or this carry is not taking whenever this condition is true. Whenever this condition is true, we can directly go to this carry. Okay, so that actually that carry is bypassed by this path. Okay, that is why it is getting the name carry bypass adder. So when BP equal to P0, P1, P2, P3 equal to 1, then the incoming carry is bypassed through the transistor to the next block immediately. So here for bypassing in circuit level, we can say that a transistor is using for bypassing. So that is why it is getting the name carry bypass adder or carry skip adder. That means we are not looking for this regular carry. We are directly writing that this is the carry output whenever this condition is satisfied. That is why it is getting the name carry bypass adder. Okay. So if that condition is not true, what will happen? Then the carry is calculated by the normal route. So if it is not satisfied, that means if it is equal to 0, then we have to calculate the carry by the same method. That means we have to go to produce the carry of this stage. Then by using this stage, we have to produce the carry of this one. Then we have to produce this carry. Then we have to produce this carry. That means that much time we have to wait here. Okay. So let us see. We have to calculate the delay for this case. Okay, suppose if we have a n bit adder, that means n total bits will be there. Here we have included how many bits? 4 bits were there, and 4 stages of full adder is there. Okay, 4 bits is added to another set of 4 bits. Okay, that is 2 number was adding, and each number is 4 bit. Now if there are n bits, what will we do? Suppose for that we are reducing the number of bits. That means we are reducing it like this. So there is a procedure for calculating the or designing the n bit adder. So you are asked to calculate the propagation delay in the case of n equal to 16. What we have to first do is, total adder bits are divided into equal length bypass stages. Here n equal to 16, we can make a formula 2 raised to m equal to n. And here we can say that m equal to 4. Then this will become equal bit length stages. Okay, whenever m equal to 4 means that first you can take a pair of 4 symbols, next you can take a pair of 4 symbols, next you can take a pair of 4 symbols, next you can take a pair of 4 symbols. Okay, so like that it will include a total 16 bits. That means 0 1 2 3 is the first pair, 4 5 6 4 5 6 7 is the second pair, 7 8 9 10 was the third pair. Like that it will proceed. Okay, so m equal to 4. Here the delay is, we can calculate the delay as a total delay is equal to propagation delay equal to t setup plus n by m. In the case of m stages, n by m minus 1 into t bypass plus m minus 1 t carry plus t sum plus m into t carry. So this is the equation, you have to by heart it. If n is different and m is different, you can directly substitute in this case and you can find the propagation delay. Okay, remember this. Okay. And here what is T setup? T setup is the time taken to create and generate the propagate signal. And T bypass is the time, the T setup is the setup time. Actually it is the time taken to create the generate and propagate signal. And T bypass is the propagation delay through the mux. Actually bypassing of carry occurs through the mux. So it is the delay occurred through the mux. And T carry is the propagation delay through the single bit. Okay, single bit carry generation, propagation delay of the single bit carry. Okay, that is the T carry. And T sum is the time taken to generate the sum of the final stage. Okay, so when you know all these quantities, you can calculate. In the case of n bit adder, you can calculate the delay by using this equation. Okay, so it will include setup time, bypass delay time, carry delay time, sum delay time, like that. Okay. So if there are 16 bits, how can you classify? You can take 0 to 3 and 4 to 7, 8 to 11, 12 to 15. So 4 blocks will be there and each of the blocks will have same length. Okay, here 4 bits will be there, next 4 bits, a total of 8 here, up to here total of 8 bits, and next 8 plus 4 equal to 12, next 12 plus 4 equal to 16. So total of 16 bit will be there. For the first 4 bits, that is bit 0 to 3, we are using the ripple carry adder. So this is for the first 4 bit, we are using this complete circuit, and it is very lengthy to draw each of this carry bypass adder in this manner. So we are reducing this complete circuit by input, then setup, then carry propagation, then a mux. Okay, so you can use this, that is 0 to 4, the 0 to 3 bit, that is 4 bits, first 4 bits setup will be there, so that we will be giving input A0 and B0 here, and that will be given to the full adder, and there are 4 full adders will be inside this carry propagation circuit. So it will calculate the C0, C1, C2, C3, like that, and also it final result was there was a sum, and sum will be having m bits, that is 4 bit sum, and input carry is given to this carry propagation circuit. But is this carry propagation circuit includes? It includes 4 full adders, you know. Actually this 4 full adders is representing the carry propagation, because carry propagation occurs here. Okay, input is given to full adder, so that input is given to the setup portion, and sum is given to, final sum is given to this portion. Okay, that is m bit. Okay, then the output carries like this. But actually how many bits we have? We have 16 bits. So here is the output carry, but we have to calculate the next 4 bit, consider the next 4 bit. So there is again the same block, that is setup, carry propagation, sum, and here the previous carry is obtained from this. So here the previous carry is obtained through this mux, and so the mux output is given here. Similarly here also you can draw the circuit as the replication of this one. So this is the representation for the 16 bit carry, and if the number of bits are increased, you have to increase the number of stages. Okay, it is very difficult to draw all the full adders as in the case of ripple carry adder, so you can use this type of representation. Okay, so here you can see that whenever here also, here will be the 4 full adders will be there, and here once the carry is obtained by the regular manner, it will take some time. if the condition, that is P0 into P1 into P3 into P4 satisfied, then you can directly write output carry equal to input carry. That is why we are including a mux here. Okay. Again, for every stage here the mux is included, and the final. So here whenever we are implementing 16 bits, the delay will be, final stage carry propagation delay will be higher if you are proceeding in the first ripple carry model. But here we are utilizing the bypassing the carry method, so that delay is somewhat reduced. Okay. So this is the carry bypass adder. That's all about this topic. Thank you.